Already, all of these weapons here were stored and piled in the house, ready for the big raid. The raid plan called Conquer the Galilee. They plan to do a massacre in a larger scale than the 7th of October on northern Israel.
2 devastating Israeli airstrikes tore through a densely populated section of central Beirut on Thursday, delivering the deadliest blow the Lebanese capital has seen in over a year of brutal conflict between Israel and Hezbollah. In the chaotic aftermath, at least 22 bodies were pulled from the wreckage, while over 117 were rushed to overwhelmed hospitals. The strikes have sent shockwaves through an already shattered nation, stoking fears of an all-out escalation. The Israeli Defense Forces, IDF, have ramped up their relentless bombing campaign, zeroing in on Hezbollah strongholds and key infrastructure in Beirut and its outskirts. While the military has yet to comment on Thursday's deadly airstrikes, they come as Israel's full-scale ground invasion of southern Lebanon enters its second grueling week. On the ground, Israel's 91st Division is leading a ferocious series of raids, penetrating deep into Hezbollah territory. In one dramatic operation, soldiers from the 3rd Brigade uncovered a staggering arsenal: 800 military vests, Alaska, 47S grenades and explosives, all poised for war. Meanwhile, in another daring raid, soldiers from the 8th Brigade discovered weapons caches hidden within civilian homes, including a Kornet missile launcher locked onto Israeli civilian targets in the Galilee.
This village is full of ammunition, full of weapons and equipment for Hezbollah terrorists to launch an attack on residents of the north. We are determined to remove this threat. Here are the brigades, the divisions, and especially the soldiers who are doing an excellent job. All of them are imbued with a mission and goal of restoring security to the residents of the north.
These aggressive ground operations are critical to Israel's strategy of crippling Hezbollah's military machine. The 91st Division, backed by the elite Nahal and 769th Brigades, is laser-focused on obliterating Hezbollah's ability to rain terror down on Israel's northern communities. Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari, the IDF spokesperson, offered a grim look at Hezbollah's tactics during a visit to a Hezbollah stronghold in southern Lebanon. "This is a terror base," he said, showing reporters weapons stashed in civilian homes.
Every house is a terror base. Come with me. In this house, a storage of gear, waiting for Hezbollah's Radwan forces, with vests, helmets, night vision, mines you can see here. Already, all of these weapons here were stored and piled in the house, ready for the big raid. The raid plan called Conquer the Galilee. They plan to do a massacre in a larger scale than the 7th of October on northern Israel. And with this gear over here, I want you to see what kind of a gear. You see the hand grenades here? Sniper rifles, extremely high sniper rifles, shooting on our forces, shooting on our civilians from far away.
The war has plunged Lebanon into a nightmare. More than 1,400 people have perished, the majority killed by Israel's unrelenting airstrikes. Over 1 million Lebanese civilians have been forced to flee their homes, triggering a staggering humanitarian crisis as entire communities are wiped off the map. As the Israeli Defense Forces continue their relentless raids, Hezbollah has retaliated with daring moves along the southern Lebanese border. In a bold display of resistance, the Islamic resistance forces were seen planting explosives on key axes of Israeli advancement. Thermal imaging captured attempts by Israeli troops to infiltrate the eastern sector, met with Hezbollah's swift and calculated response. Hezbollah fighters also confronted Israeli military helicopters hovering over the area, demonstrating their resolve to push back against Israel's encroachment.
Here. All was ready for the raid.